everybody. Happy New Year, and may the peace of the Lord Jesus be with you. In times like these, we need a Savior. In times like these, we need an anchor. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips so solid, solid rock. In times like these, we need God's Bible. In times like these, don't be idle. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. In times like these, I have the Savior. In times like these, I have an anchor. I'm so very sure. I'm very sure. My anchor holds and grips the solid rock. This rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. This rock is Jesus, the only one. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. And I want to ask you to do something. Do you know the song, He is the Lord? How many know the song, He is the Lord? One? I want everybody, it says, He is the Lord, He is the Lord. He has risen from the dead, and He is the Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. I want you to sing this with me. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Miss Betty Pumphrey. We call her our local Mahalia Jackson. Thank you for such beautiful medley of songs. At this time, Mr. C, am I correct in saying that we can go ahead and roll the footage? All right, we're going to show you a video clip, a historic video clip, and we hope that you'll enjoy it. Go ahead, thank you.
A church musician for more than 45 years, Carl Cole is well known in the Rockford area. He's also dedicated to helping local kids succeed by promoting the Yes Club vision. Carl Cole was born with the gift of music.
Lift every voice and sing. When I was 3, I would just listen to the Flintstones on TV and just go to the piano and pick it out.
Along with his 6 siblings, Carl performed with the Singing Cole family in the 1960s and 70s. By the time he was in middle school, he was playing the piano for the family group. He started his career as a church musician when he was just 10 years old.
I learned so much stuff playing in church as a boy.
His father, James, passed away when Carl was 12. Inspired by his mother, Irma, Carl created a program to help local kids. The Young Eagles Success, or Yes Club, uses music to reach kids and promote a positive lifestyle.
And music was such a good tool because it's such a universal language and it brings all races and cultures and ages together.
The club does musical performances all across the State Line area. Along with his wife, Diana, the Coles have been running Yes Club for more than a decade, helping to keep local kids on the right path.
I am so glad to be a part of working with him and helping to teach kids character and to help them to know that there are choices out there and that there's a better way and that they can do and be whatever they want to be.
I'm really blessed that God gave me something that I could use to make my community better, and then I learned that when you make your community better, you're really doing something to make your world better.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Oh my God, you made me cry. That was beautiful. Yes Club is endorsed by a number of community leaders and organizations. The owner of a dozen local McDonald's is now sponsoring the group. They perform at area McDonald's on the 4th Saturday of each month from 11 to 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe what I just saw about that nutcase up there that just wanted to do good. And when I was a little boy, my brother Clyde, who's up here on stage with me on the guitar, my brother Mike, Bishop Mike Cole from Dixon, they just said, Carl, go ahead. Because Mom said, just come on out here. We're 2 and 3 years old. Come out and sing with everybody. When I was in high school, I saw the Illinois history book, and I saw us in it, and I didn't understand it. And I didn't understand about legacy, and I didn't understand about a legend. And when they talked about Dr. Martin Luther King, I said, wow, that's just a legendary person. And we're very excited about Dr. King, and this is a great federal holiday. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, I just feel like I kind of flew over the rainbow even past Dr. King Day, but I feel like something that is not just happening one day, but it's happening every moment. It's happening every hour. It's happening every second. And what I feel now, and with the hearts that are in this room, or with the young people that could be in juvenile detention, but they're here today paying attention. And for our wonderful corporate sponsors and friends that we just honored in the other room and that we hope that you see on the back of your programs. And ladies and gentlemen, just to see what it means to walk the talk and not just run your mouth about the things that we need to do to fix situations and to have unity. But today we have black, white, Hispanic, and Asian and mixed cultures in this program today. We're not talking unity, but we're walking unity. And I want to say, as I'm introducing the best manager and the greatest director of education that we know, Miss Diana Cole, I want you to know that that news clip that you just saw was sponsored by our great friends at Bergstrom. And I just think that Bergstrom should have a great hand for Education Matters. Oh, that's not a good enough hand for these. Bergstrom has the Quiz Bowl. Come on, y'all. And Bergstrom supports the Yes Club. And I want you to know that I am so excited because of all of you, because guess what? We have one of the greatest ladies in the world that came here to be with us today. And I don't know about you, but it means something that we have Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti in this building today. Oh, somebody must not have heard what I just said. I said the second in command in the state of Illinois is in the building right now. Somebody still didn't hear what I said. I know she looks young, she's pretty, she's smart, she's talented, but she is here for us today. Oh, somebody still didn't get it yet. That lady could be anywhere today. She could be anywhere in this nation today, but she chose to come to Rockford to be with us. And her and these wonderful people on the stage that if you don't know them, you're sure going to know them soon, are on the same team as Bergstrom, on the same team as McDonald's, on the same team to try to move forward with a program that maybe can change a life. And ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here. And Miss Betty Pumphrey, I tell you, I know Mahalia Jackson and Dr. Thomas A. Dorsey and Dr. King would have been proud of a lady who could give you that much gospel that quick and that much God. And I'm so glad for our friends at First Free Rockford. Look at this facility. This is a fantastic church, and they wanted to host our event. And Jack, I want you to know they're already talking about doing some other events with us. Alderman Beach, they want to do some more with us, and we want that to keep going. So ladies and gentlemen, you have your programs. I actually need a copy that has the actual songs on it. If somebody can give me my copy so I know what I'm doing. Because I usually don't know what I'm doing, but I don't show that I don't know. But everybody, I think we should give a hand to our mistress of ceremonies, the one and the only, Miss Diana Cole.
Thank you, Mr. C. At this time, we are calling on Bishop Michael Cole, who is Carl's brother, all the way from Dixon, Illinois, and he is going to come and give us our invocation. Let's receive him, as we say in church, by the word of amen.
Could we all just take a moment to stand, please? And I would ask that you would join hands if you're somewhere close. If you're standing by yourself, you shouldn't be. I heard it said once that if we lose our common ground, we lose the gift of each other. Community is everything that Dr. King and what the Yes Club is all about. We have to continue to stand in the context of community. You cannot spell community without the word unity. And you can't spell unity without the three letters U-N-I. We stand as a people together. And so I share this invocation in the context of a simple song that most of us know. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop Mike. What a wonderful way to bring a prayer to us on today. At this time, it is a pleasure. We met him and heard a little from him over in our reception, but it gives me great honor and pleasure to bring again our wonderful visitor, President Abraham Lincoln, by way of Mr. George Buss, for a welcome. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes.
Our Constitution is flawed. It was born in the flaw. And the aggravation continued over the decades. And a new party was formed with the avowed object and confident promise of putting an end to slavery agitation. For the compromise could no longer take care of our constitutional needs. So I said in Springfield in 1858, if we could first know where we are and whither we are tending, we could better judge what to do and how to do it. And that point, we were in the 5th year when legislation was proposed to put an end to that agitation. But that agitation had not only not ceased, but had constantly augmented. In my opinion, it would not cease until a crisis shall be reached and passed. A house divided against itself cannot stand. This government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free. I do not expect the house to continue to be divided. I do not expect the house will fall. It will become all one thing or all the other. And that led into those debates with Stephen Douglas. And it wasn't just the people of Illinois reading the news accounts. You see, they had been published in New York and Washington and Richmond and Atlanta and Mobile. The answer to that question at Freeport on whether the people could determine their local concerns. Douglas answered in the affirmative they could, but it drove the wedge in the party where he could not get his party's nomination for president. That division in his party would take me to the office of President of the United States. And we worked the entire 4 years of that first term in war. A war brought about by political factions. In my first inaugural, I said we must not be enemies but friends. And then came the war. A war to end war on this continent permanently. And we saw victory with some 600,000 casualties and the addition of 200,000 colored troops, which I told my good friend Frederick Douglass, it turned the tide of the war. There were some folks who didn't abide the formation of the colored troops. And I said, they want to fight for something. And I told my friends in Springfield, they seem to be wanting to fight for you. Why won't you fight for them? So my message of unity and peace some 150 years ago bore fruit in January of 1865, when this country, with its flawed constitution, said, give us that amendment that would make us all free. And now we continue to build on that. I don't think we're going to get there, but I have hope in the generations that will come. I have hope in that row of young people who rose up in Springfield. And as I shared earlier, right in front of the Illinois building of all places, they made a cocoon around me, and we had a private conversation. And I vowed there that that's the hope of the next generation, the hope that I aspired to in 1865. So that House divided speech and those inaugurals and my vision of Gettysburg, a government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. And it hasn't. And we celebrate the folks that have come forward in the legacy of your Martin Luther King to the very present day. And we know the future is sound. Thank you for your kind attention.
Wow. Let's give another round of applause to President Abraham Lincoln. Thank you, Mr. Buss. At this time, I would love to call to the stage the Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir, and they're going to open up this wonderful musical event with two selections, God Bless America and Let It Shine. And when they are done, ladies and gentlemen, we again are so honored to have Lieutenant Governor Sanguinetti with us today. We know that she is a busy lady. We know that she has to travel back to Chicago. We know that she probably still has a long list of things to do. And so after the Young Eagles are done, we're going to receive her, and she is going to come and address this great audience. We will do it in that order, and then we will go back to our musical presentation. I do want to say that we thank God for all of you who are present on this afternoon in this beautiful edifice, in this beautiful place of First Free Evangelical. We again appreciate Pastor Steve and Sasha and all of the team. I need to do this. I looked a few minutes ago kind of into the left corner over here, and I took note that my dad, who is my pastor, all the way from Freeport, Illinois, is here with his wife, with Minister Garner and his lovely wife, with my cousins, Price and Michelle, and some babies they brought with them. We want to say, God bless you, Holy Temple. Thank you for being here. At this time, Mr. C and the Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir. Give another hand for them.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free.
That's Stephanie Peinado.
Grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer.
That's beautiful. Here's Malachi Goldsmith.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above.
That's the Young Eagles, y'all.
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, Eagles, let's help him. From the mountains
to the prairie
and gentlemen, you were listening to Mr. Malachi Goldsmith. He is our lead singer in the Yes Club. You were also listening to Stephanie Peinado, our lead female vocalist, a Latina. We're very excited about our president who is directing, Mr. Tyrone Williams Jr., we call him TJ, getting straight A's at West Middle School. We're very excited about our vice president, Kiajanique Johnson. How about a hand for her? We're happy for Kiki. We're going to come on this end. We've got Tajiana James, one of our lead singers in middle school. And next to her, we have her brother, Terry James. How about a hand for Terry? Next to him is a cousin, Alajanae Thomas. We call her Sugar because she's so sweet. And she is our only elementary school student. Next to her is her sister, Akaria Davenport. How about a hand for Akaria? Next to Stephanie is Owen Didier. How about a hand for Owen? And you know he is bold to be up here with us. Look at him. We're so happy for him. And next to Owen, we have Diamond Davis. How about a hand for Diamond being up here with us today? And then next to Kiki, we are so excited about Martisha. We're so happy for her. Tisha, thanks for being here with us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have Malachi's uncle, Terrell Goldsmith, on the drums. We've got Minister Alicia Rivera Smith, good friends with Gloria Cadilla. We're happy for her with her horn. She's actually a national award-winning trumpeter and horn player. Next to her is one of the famous horn players in the world, Mr. David Thompson. We call him Brother Trumpet. Next to him is my son, Andrew, on the bass, but he also creates the music tracks that you heard, Andrew Cole. Next to him is my brother, Clyde, who taught me about professionalism, being a great musician, knowing how to put it all together. Clyde, you still look good for your age. How about a hand for my brother, Clyde? Him and Bishop Mike look awful good for their age. Now we're going to do a little bit of an arrangement of Let It Shine because we want the lieutenant governor to know that she didn't come down here to Rockford for nothing. We want the mayor of Dixon to know he didn't drive down here for nothing, and Gloria already knows she already here. Abraham Lincoln ain't came here for nothing, could have been in Gettysburg or anywhere. And we want Bishop Cole and everybody to know that it's time to jump a little bit, baby, because this is a Let It Shine Dr. King celebration, so let's get to it. In other words, y'all feel free to come up on the stage and jam, but you know that's another story. All right. Now, I know because of our time, we're going to have to get the lieutenant governor up to speak very shortly, and Diana knows how to do it. She knows how to put her up, and then we're going to continue with this wonderful program. You've got to see these great kids. All right, here we go. Eagles, y'all can step up a little bit to the mic. Step up a little bit. All right, here we go. Eagles, real good and loud. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hey, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. One more time, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let's say everywhere I go, everywhere I go, what you gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere, hey, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere, hey, everywhere I go, what you gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. right, if I got some rappers, you rappers, come on up to the microphone. You rappers that can do that rap, get up there. I need two more rappers. Here we go.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine anytime and anywhere, over here and over there, uptown, downtown, all the time, all around, starting all in my home, everywhere I'm gonna roll, from the ceiling to the floor, in the middle, up the door, from the window to the state, I'm like to stay, every situation, all across the nation, you gotta see, I'll be on the galaxy.
Yeah, let it shine, let it shine. Come on now, let it shine. Hey, let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Let it shine. All in my home. Let it shine. Everywhere I roll. Let it shine. Everywhere I go. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Gonna let it shine. Here we go. Let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Up and down the road. Let it.
Everywhere I go,
All in my whole world.
The Young Eagle Soaring Inspirational Choir.
Give them another round of applause. They're doing an excellent job. They should have made you feel like dancing. Let's take 60 seconds. Stand to your feet and put your hands together.
Let it shine, hey, let it shine, yeah, yeah. Let it shine, let it shine from the ceiling to the floor. Let it shine in the windows and out the door. And let it shine over here and over there. And let it shine in and everywhere. Let it, let it, let it, let it,
There you go,
let
there
it,
you
let
go.
it, let it, let it, let it, let it, let it.
Look at our Lieutenant Governor.
Oh, yeah. Let it, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, let it shine, 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 let it. Even when Lieutenant Governor Sanguinati, let it. Even with Abraham Lincoln, let it. In the morning, in the noon, in the evening, in the night, it's still all right, and it's still all right to let it shine. You ought to let it shine.
Oh, yeah.
You ought to let it shine.
Let it shine. All right. While you're standing, remain standing. Thank you, Mr. C and Young Eagle Soaring Inspirational Choir. Man, they got me on a high now. It is indeed my pleasure to bring to you, you all saw her getting down right here at First Free Evangelical. She is yours, she is mine. Lieutenant Governor Sanguinetti, let's give her a great big applause.
Yes, and we are bringing State's Attorney Joe Bruscato to introduce her officially.
Thank you, Carl. An unjust law is not a law at all. These are the words of Thomas Aquinas. And today, we celebrate. We celebrate a person who never sought political office, never held political office, yet made changes at the highest level of government. A person who was never a military general, but led people and erased their fear as they went into battle to effect change.
All right, I hear you.
All of us who serve our community
Yes, sir, I hear you talking.
hope that we can capture some of the influence and the leadership of Martin Luther King Jr. And today, as we celebrate his life, because we as a country have found him to be such a unique leader that we set aside today, his birthday, for such a celebration. And today, it's my honor to introduce one of our leaders, a leader in our great state, the great state of Illinois. Our lieutenant governor, who was born in Miami, faced challenges early on in life. In her home, Spanish was the first language. Created challenges for her at such a level that getting through the first grade was a challenge. But those challenges caused her to move herself forward in life. She was educated at Florida International University. Classical music was her studies. She could play that piano with Carl right now.
Yeah, come on and play it, girl.
And I know some of us would like to see it, but I'd like to hear her words first. She's also a lawyer. She graduated from John Marshall University. She is a teacher, an adjunct professor from John Marshall University. She has served our community as an assistant attorney general, a council person in the city of Wheaton. And for the last 4 years, our lieutenant governor. And as she's done, just like much of us would like to do, she has influenced and she has led. Most importantly, I note recently with the opioid crisis, her leadership and what she's doing for our people in this state is immensely impactful. And I do think that we should also note that she is the first Latina lieutenant governor to ever serve in these here United States of America in any state. So I ask you to pay attention to our keynote speaker and the words she offers us today on such a wonderful celebration for a true American hero, Martin Luther King Jr. I give you our Lieutenant Governor, Evelyn Sanguinetti.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, Diana, Carl, all the dignitaries here today. I'd like a big round of applause for the singers of the Yes Club. I was completely lifted with your words. Of course, Pastor Steve and of all the volunteers that have made today possible. It's very clear why, although I represent all 102 counties, that is, of this magnificent state, I chose this community as the community to honor the late and great Dr. Martin Luther King. Today we're here to talk about a few words to lift us. Because you will hear, I know, I'm not Bruce Rauner, he's 6'4", I'm 4'11". So I saw you. You are my twinsy up on stage. But today we're here to think about his legacy, to think about the things he used to say, although I could be here for 12 hours talking about certain principles that he believed in that we should subscribe to every single day. But there are some things that really, really resonate with his legacy and my life. And I think it would resonate with all of you. Today we're here to talk about freedom. We're here to talk about service and to talk about education. All three topics that were very important to Dr. Martin Luther King. And they indeed resonate with me. A lot of people don't know that my background is definitely very American, but not like all of our backgrounds. My mother was a refugee from Fidel Castro's Cuba. And because of that, growing up, I knew that freedom was never free and that we should never take freedom for granted. I remember growing up, she told me the stories of everything that Fidel Castro put that family through. Freedom was very important to Dr. Martin Luther King, because once that's lost, we've lost it all. Yet a lot of our younger generations forget that. They forget how important freedom is. Now, under Fidel Castro's regime, I remember my mother telling me stories about how they were no longer to believe in their God. If you wanted to read something by your favorite writer, you needed to do so underneath your bed with a flashlight, because there were people in the neighborhood, and they were called el comité, the committee. And they were supposed to be your friends and your neighbors, but really what they were doing is looking over your shoulder to see what you were doing. So if you wanted to read the Bible, you were doing it underneath your bed. She tells me the story about Fidel Castro and how charming he was. And when he came to the people of Cuba, he first took away their ability to defend themselves. And after the people of Cuba let him do that, then he took away their ability to hold property. So that when my Cuban family left Cuba, they left with just the clothes on their backs. And so this is why the element of freedom is something that was so important to Martin Luther King. Now, a lot of people say, well, Evelyn, you're a Latina. What do you have to do with Dr. Martin Luther King? And it's funny that you should say that, because again, he wrote volumes and volumes of very learned material. So throughout my speech, I'll be quoting him from time to time. But he always said, we may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. And that's so true. So going forward, these are things that Martin Luther King valued, was freedom. But the next thing he valued so much was access and opportunity by virtue of education. And that's something that's really important to me right now as your lieutenant governor. You see, education played a big role in my life too. As you heard our state's attorney talking about growing up with Spanish as my first language. A lot of you know that when you come in from another country to honor your great-grandparents and your grandparents, what do? You respect your elders and you learn their language first. So that's what I did with my family, and I learned Spanish first. And when I was injected into the public school system, it was very difficult. It was very difficult because English was never my native tongue. And because of that, I failed the first grade. And this is why education is so important to me. Because were it not for a shero that I had in my life, which was my mother, who would always tell me, Evelyn, en este país tú vas a subir como la espuma, which is, Evelyn, in this country, you're going to rise like the foam. And I believed her, despite the neighborhoods I was growing up in, and despite the fact that I was always one step ahead of the landlord. Embarrassed to use my free lunch card, embarrassed to use my food stamps, but she told me that in this country, I'd be able to catapult and reach for other things, and I believed her. She always told me to seize that opportunity, but that educational opportunity oftentimes never came for many years. And when I think about education, I think of it as the equalizer. I think of education of the civil rights movement of the 21st century. Because it doesn't matter where your parents came from. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. It doesn't matter how much you make or what your parents make. Every child in the state of Illinois deserves that world-class education. It doesn't matter where you're from. We all deserve that world-class education. And that's what I've always believed in. Finally, I got my opportunity. And you probably got a little prelude of that. My opportunity came in the way of music. My mom, who worked on a sewing machine, made sure to work hard to get me a little old piano and get me out of trouble. Because, if you stayed on the streets, you got in trouble, especially in the neighborhoods that I grew up in. And so she took me to the community center, and she made sure that I learned how to play a little bit of piano, and then one day that opportunity came. That opportunity came in the form of the New World School of the Arts in Miami. And they said, if you have talent and we let you in, your first 2 years of college are free. That was huge. That was my equalizer. It was the New World School of the Arts. And when I went in there for my audition, I was scared. I was scared because I did not look like the kids that were auditioning. I did not play like the children that were auditioning to get into the state-of-the-art School of the Arts. But I did have that fire in my belly. And I see the fire in the belly right here today. And with that, I gave it all that I had. And they let me in with a simple little piano piece that I had to play. And after they let me in, I noticed something. I learned to love Beethoven. I learned to love Bach. I learned to love academics in these classrooms. But then I also learned something very telling. I thought to myself, this must be what the rich kids get in the nice neighborhoods. And it stuck with me. It stuck with me that I was saved because I played the piano, but there are so many children out there today that have yet to be saved unless they get that opportunity. So right now, I was just interviewed by the press and they said, why Rockford? Why? Because it's about access and opportunity. It's about education, that big equalizer that Dr. Martin Luther King believed in so much. And I don't know if you folks were reading the paper, but just a few months ago, we opened up through Goodwill an adult learning center. Our statistics were telling us that in the Latino communities and the African American communities, they would do so much more with a high school diploma. Yet the law was in the way, and they couldn't get their high school diploma once they became young adults. They could only get their GEDs, which prevented them from making more money and getting better employment. But we came to Rockford to unveil that initiative. Access and opportunity. We came here to do that. And we were very proud, right, Gloria? It's all about that. We were very proud to also go for more funding, especially in the way of English as a second language. And that was straight to the core, my core, because I know how lost I was with people not being able to take me to that next level and learn how to speak the King's English. That's so important. So record funding is something else we're so proud of. And then finally, as I traveled the state, I also realized that out of all 102 counties, a lot of people in certain communities felt that they were not receiving the same sort of education as the kids in other communities. And this is why we're now offering AP classes to underserved areas. Imagine advanced placement courses where you could get college credits. Again, another equalizer. But again, this is our mission. It's my mission, and it's because of that sort of backdrop, education. Now, we talked about freedom and how important that was to Martin Luther King and how important it remains today. We talked about education and how that is the true equalizer. And if Martin Luther King turned 89 with us today, he'd be advocating for that too. But lastly, we also knew Dr. Martin Luther King to be, above all, a very godly man and very much a humanitarian. And this is something we got to speak about today because a lot of times our youth, they just live day to day and they don't think ahead about how important it is to give back to your fellow man, to pay it forward. It's about service. And service is so important. You know, as an adjunct professor at the John Marshall Law School, once I was sworn in as being the first Latina lieutenant governor in the country, they were all so excited. And all those students came up to me and said, Professor, tell me what I need to do to become a politician just like you. And to me, it was like taking a stake straight through my heart. Because my question to them was always, well, tell me what you have done. What have you done for your fellow man? What have you done to humble yourself and help those that will never, maybe never, be in a position to ever help you? You think Dr. Martin Luther King would have done that? Well, he did do that. And that's the way we have to live our lives. And that's the way we develop future leaders. I was bit by that service bug when I was at the John Marshall Law School. Being from Miami, Florida, Hialeah, Florida, we were a melting pot. I did not discover I was different or a girl of color until I got to Chicago, Illinois, because everybody I felt in Miami, Florida was Latino, just like me. But it was in Illinois that I was told I was different. And in law school, I found out that there were fair housing issues. Imagine that. People unable to get a place to live because of the color of their skin, because of their ethnicity, and so on. Back then it was the 20th century, and I couldn't believe it. I was able to do something about it, get a special license, practice for free, help those families get what is so basic next to food, which is housing. And I did it for free to help my fellow man. This is what makes leaders, helping people that may never be able to help you, but it fills you. And you know what? With service come many other good things. Because when you help others, it helps you more. I know that when I do something good or when my kids do something good, the smile on their faces, they're more satisfied with that than any sort of electronic game that I could give them. That is something so positive about service, and we must look forward with that. And a lot of people say, well, there's no time for service. Well, there's always time, because you could serve in so many different ways. Even here in this ministry, I serve in the disabilities ministry in my church. I love to help people who have found Jesus in prison stay with Jesus when they get outside. And I meet them at the gate. And that's important. Service is important in so many ways. And service was so important to Dr. Martin Luther King. So I'm going to end with his quote. And then I'll call it a day because I would love to continue hearing what all of you have to say. Martin Luther King said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject a verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love." Que Dios los bendiga. May God bless you all. Happy birthday, Martin Luther King. Thank you.
Wow. Yes, she deserves your standing to your feet. Come on, give her a round of applause. Let her know you love her and appreciate her. Job well done. We have been blessed by her presence on today. And she didn't just come and give us a speech. She gave us a sermon. Excellent, excellent job. Thank you so very much, Illinois Lieutenant Governor Sanguinetti. We so appreciate you. Wow. I am inspired, so inspired. Let's give her one more hand. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. At this time, we just have a little bit of the program left, and we're going to get back into that portion, especially now that we've been so inspired. And we're going to call on a wonderful group of young girls and teenagers that are here today, and they're called the Ballet Folklorico. And if you want to see some wonderful dancing, if you want to see some beautiful dresses twirling around, and oh, they're already behind me. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is fantastic. What a great backdrop. Get plenty of pictures. I want to put this somewhere so people can think I was with such a great group, you know. So anyway, let's give them a round of applause as they come with their dance. Thank you.
Ballet Folklorico Director.
Absolutely beautiful.
I love him, I love him, I love him. Ladies and gentlemen, should we keep working with them throughout the whole year?
Wow, that was absolutely beautiful. That had to be quite a sight from the audience. Those beautiful dresses twirling, and their hair was so beautiful, and their faces were absolutely gorgeous. Let's give them another hand.
Yeah.
At this time, we're going to invite Minister Alicia Smith and Robin Castillo to come. And earlier in our VIP ceremony, we recognized a great lady by the name of Gloria Cardenas Cudilla, who is on the stage with us on today. And we also honored the mayor of Dixon, Illinois, Leandro Arellano. And so these two ladies are going to come and they're going to share a tribute to the Illinois Bicentennial Commission members, Gloria Cardenas Cudilla and Mayor Leandro Arellano. Let's give them a hand.
It's the only thing
that love that we need.
Thank you so much, ladies. And again, that was a tribute to the Illinois Bicentennial Commission members, Ms. Gloria Cardenas Cadilla and Mayor Arellano. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
All right, at this time, we're moving along quite well. We just have a few more things. If you can hang in there, you're going to be glad that you did. All the way from the Chicago, Illinois area, we have a great group of young dancers called the M4G, which stands for Move for God. Isn't that really cool? Move for God. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. They are a fantastic group of young people, and they can dance. And they are here in a big way. Mr. C, about how many of them are there today?
Totally about 21, 22 of them.
Wow, and they're broken up into two teams. You're looking at Team A right now, and they're going to dance for you, and they're going to woo you, and they're going to make you want to get up on your feet and dance with them. Let's hear it for Move for God, Team A.
You can't add a single day by worrying. You worry your life away. Oh, don't worry your life away. You can't change a single thing by freaking out. It's just gonna close you in. Oh, don't let the trouble win. You may feel alone, but you're not on your own. He can hold the world, he can hold this moment. Now to feel no flower escapes his notice. Oh, even the sparrow knows he holds tomorrow. Lean in and it's hard to miss. Everything can change when you make it his. Oh, he wants to carry it, carefree in the care of God. When you let it go, you find that he's enough. Oh, he'll never leave his love. You don't walk alone. If he can hold the world, he can hold this moment. Now to feel no flower escapes his notice. Oh, even the sparrow knows he holds tomorrow. Even the sparrow knows he holds tomorrow.
M4G! Move for God!
Oh my goodness! Have they worked up your energy? Move for God! Yes! Excellent! What would Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. think of these young people? Mr. C, thank you for the vision of unity in diversity. Wow, that is absolutely wonderful. At this time, as every year for many years, it is a pleasure for us to work with Miss Dorothy Page Turner. Many of you know her in the community. She has been an advocate for the young people. She is a retired educator, and she is an excellent jazz singer and any other kind of singer that you would ask of her. And she has such a heart, like Mr. C, for the young people. And so we are so glad that she is here today with the Rockford Area Arts Council Choraleers, and they're going to come to us in song. Let's give them a great big hand as they come.
As they're getting themselves organized, I want to thank Mr. C and Mrs. C for allowing us again to share on this day. It's an annual thing, and when I call every year, they said, you don't have to call. You know, you're a part of us. So, as a matter of fact, I'm an honorary member of the Young Eagles Soaring.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
These are the council choraleers. They are sponsored by the Rockford Area Arts Council, and this program basically is free to every child, any child, across this community for free. They don't have to audition. Beautiful. They don't have to pay anything. All of the barriers are taken down, so all they have to do is come and sing. Our tour show this year is called Building Bridges, Breaking Down Barriers.
Yes, yes.
And when they do the entire show, all of their spoken word and all of their songs say what it means to connect with other people.
Wonderful.
Through building bridges and not walls.
That's beautiful.
So we are going to share with you three of the songs, but the first song is what we know that our concept of peace is. And we know that Dr. King was a man of peace.
Yeah.
He was a peaceful warrior, as they called him.
Yes,
so we will share that very first song with you. It's called I Choose Peace. This next song is called Building Bridges, Breaking Down Barriers. And I think if anybody would ask them what their favorite song of the whole thing is, they'll say this one, because it tells us the whole concept in this song tells us exactly what the entire tour show is about for this year. So, ready?
We're building bridges, breaking down barriers. 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 Building bridges, breaking down barriers. Strong when we take a stand. Joined by freedom, born here together, joined in this mighty land. We're building bridges, breaking down barriers. 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 Building bridges, breaking down barriers, mighty as we can be. Different people working together, working for liberty. We're building bridges, breaking down barriers. 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 Here in America, everybody knows the way that it is the way that it goes. United we stand as one. United we stand, we will get the job done. Age, race, color, size, it really doesn't matter in America's eyes. Freedom is the core of America's dream, and all is a part of America's team. We're building bridges, breaking down barriers. 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 Yeah!
And at this time, we'd like to have the Young Eagles Inspirational Choir to come up and join us. And this is one that I think that you, as an audience, will be joining us on too. It's very, very easy. I don't know whether you've ever heard of the Judds, but long time ago, I'm a child of like the 80s and stuff, and the Judds made this song a long time ago in the 80s, and it's called Love Can Build a Bridge.
All right now. Work with it, work with it.
I gladly walk across the desert with no shoes upon my feet to share with you the last bite of bread I had to eat. I would swim out to save you in your sea of broken dreams. When all your hopes are sinking, let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge. could understand that love and only love can join the tribes of man. I would give my heart's desires so that you might see when all your hopes are sinking. Let me show you what love means. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's between your heart and mine? Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? When we stand together, it's our finest hour. We can do anything, anything, anything. We believe in the power. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's love and only love.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Council Choraleers and the Yes Inspirational Choir, thank you so very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Dorothy Page Turner and the Rockford Area Arts Council Choraleers. They are wonderful. We love them. So beautiful, so beautiful. Yes, because love is going to build a bridge as long as you got Miss Dorothy Page Turner and the Council Choraleers. Oh, yes. That's so beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. At this time, we are ready to see a video clip of the one in whom we are here to pay tribute to on today. So if you will roll it, guys, thank you.
Today, the nation honors the late Martin Luther King Jr. President Obama encouraging Americans to observe the federal holiday by taking part in a service project. King's actual birthday is January 15th, but the holiday falls on the third Monday in January. President Ronald Reagan signed the holiday into law in 1983. The civil rights icon was killed in 1968. In Rockford, Yes Club held its annual celebration of Martin Luther King at Mendelssohn Hall. The dozens who showed up were treated to a concert. Organizers say the event is a great way to teach kids about Dr. King's legacy.
But he was one man, and if he could do what he did with those who were willing to follow him, then we can certainly continue that legacy and do what we can do in today's society and in this world.
This was Yes Club's 11th annual Martin Luther King Celebration event.
Ladies and gentlemen, because of our wonderful friends at Bergstrom Inc., we have been able to get this kind of coverage. We're very excited about the other stations that visit us for our Dr. King celebrations. But now we're going to go all the way back to 1964 by a great singer and songwriter named Sam Cooke. And he wrote a song called "A Change Is Gonna Come." And I want you to know that we are going to sing this song now, and we're going to bring one of our past Yes Club participants, a Latina named Jalissa Reyna, who went to the State Fair with us many years, and she has agreed to come back and sing this song with us. So she's going to come and lead this song along with MLK Goldsmith. As soon as she goes to a microphone, it looks like she's going to lead something. Now, I want y'all to know this. This song is not only in tribute to one of the best orators that I've heard in a long time. I don't know about y'all, but Illinois Lieutenant Governor Evelyn Sanguinetti got it going on. That lady, I want to hang with her. I hope she can find some room for an old crazy piano player and a kids group to follow her a couple times throughout this bicentennial. We are also very excited about Miss Gloria Cadilla, and we're very happy about the Dixon Mayor Arellano, Mr. George Buss. Y'all ought to give a hand to your Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. On the cover of your new CD project that we're going to let the people have after the program. And I want you to know that this song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," has been exemplified by our friends at Bergstrom, by the Rockford Park District, by the Winnebago County Sheriff's Department, by State's Attorney Joe Bruscato. This song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," has been exemplified by Mr. Guy Bucefaro and McDonald's. This song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," has been exemplified by Alderman Frank Beach and Tim and Emily Austin. And also our friends at First Free Rockford, who are ready to move forward with us in the power of unity. Here's a song for y'all. And what y'all think about this live band? This band is popping back here, baby. A change is gonna come. The Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir, they just gonna have to have a little church now, y'all, because they believe a change is gonna come, because we're gonna make it come, baby. Here's Jalissa Reyna. Come on, girl.
I was born by the river in a little town. Oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
That's all right, girl. Here's MLK.
Oh, it's been too hard living. Oh, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause, oh, I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming. Oh, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I say, brother, help me believe.
And he winds up knocking me.
Back down.
Back
Oh, my knees.
Oh, I go to the movies.
Go to the movies.
And I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me,
Telling me,
don't hang around.
don't hang around.
It's been a long time coming.
Long time coming.
And I know a change gon' come.
Change gonna
Oh,
come.
yes it will.
Change gonna come. Oh, yes it will, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Yeah, yes it will. Yes it will, yes it will. A change for you and me. Yeah, yes it will, yes it will. Yeah, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will.
The Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir. A change is gonna come. Oh, I guess they thought we'd have a little church. Y'all, that's how we have church on Sunday morning. Go ahead, Mr. C. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah.
A change is gonna come. A change is gonna come. Oh, yes. it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's church, y'all. Yeah. There's a little saying that we have in church. I don't know how y'all feeling out there, but we feeling a little good right now. But there's a saying that aren't we in church right now? Uh-oh, I can't hear y'all. Are we in church? There's a little saying that says, I get joy when I think about what he's done for me. Has God been good to you? Oh, come on. I said, has he been good to you? Okay, listen. Mr. C, we just want to hear a little piano. Come on. Oh, come on. Some of y'all act like you ain't never been in church before. Go ahead, Mr. C. Wait. We just want to hear piano. Go ahead, Mr. C. Oh, y'all know that man can play a piano. All right, Mr. C, I know I'm not doing this in the right order, but let's hear some guitar. Come on, Brother Clyde. All right, Brother David, let's hear some trumpet. Brother David and Minister Alicia. All right. Y'all know that's my son on the bass, so I may be a little biased, but I want to hear a little bass. Come on, Andrew. Well, go ahead, boy. Let's hear Brother Terrell on the drums.
And he's playing a left-handed set.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but he's right-handed and he's playing a left-handed set. Come on, everybody. Well, all right. Thank you. Woo! Yeah, that's what we call having church. Now, y'all know you weren't going to come and see Mr. C and not have a little church. Amen? Amen. Let me just take a second. We're getting ready. We're getting ready to hear our last selection from Move for God so they can make their way to the stage. Team B. And let me just tell y'all this so you know. When we hear from Team B, we are going to have a final selection from the Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir. And it's the medley that is on the CD that you can get today. But I want to tell you, I see my friend in the audience today, Miss Shaquenia. Will you just wave your hand, sweetheart? Y'all just take a quick look at her because I'm getting ready to tell you a story. I saw her up on her feet when we were doing this music, and let me tell you why she was on her feet. Because she recently had to have a very major surgery. And I was sharing with my church the other day, what I loved about her is in spite of the surgery, she trusted God. And so she was videotaping Miss Robin before the surgery, just a couple of hours before the surgery, and witnessing to Facebook audience that she was trusting God for her surgery. And let me tell you this quick story, and we're going to move on. The young people are here. But when she came out of surgery, Lieutenant Governor, she was told by her husband and family and the powers to be that when she came out of that surgery, she came out with her hands lifted up, saying, "Thank you, Jesus, for what you've done for me." Oh, now that deserves a way bigger hand clap than that. Now, I'm not going to get on my preaching podium. How many know I can preach if I want to preach? Holy Temple, y'all believe I can preach? All right. But I know we're not here for all that, so I'm going to keep it moving. But when I think of his goodness and all he's done for me. Oh, do I have some witnesses? Wait. This is going to be some of my last few words. Some of y'all looking at me like, and I see you at church, but you looking at me like you can't get an understanding. But I want you to think of your own life. And when you think about where God has brought you from, that's what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was all about. When I think of his goodness, who's he? And all he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. I thank God for doing what? He saved me. Did he save you? All right. So we just had to give him some glory. I heard Lieutenant Governor talk about God and Jesus.
That's right.
I really admire that in her. Because nowadays we're afraid in a public arena to talk about our God. Oh, I see some preachers that ain't doing nothing, just looking at me. But we're afraid to talk about our God. But if it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be here. He is the air that we breathe. Amen. I may never MC again, but I'm going to get it out right now. I know he is the air that I breathe. Thank you all again so much for being here. We want to celebrate every single young person that was on this stage today. I love y'all. You are just, I love your energy. It's fantastic. Mr. C, I'm not saying anything else. I'm getting ready to take my seat, but I want to say to you, thank you for sharing with this community the vision that God gave you. Yeah. He deserves that. Why don't you go on and get up out your seat? This is a Rockford man. Freeport Rockford, he belongs to us. Thank you, Mr. C, for your passion and your love for people. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you again to all. I'm not going to be able to call all the names, but I do want to shout out to Reverend Alfonso Heath, who came all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, just to help manage and do the stage work. Thank you, Reverend Heath. We appreciate you. Thank you again to all the dignitaries, all the business owners. Again to Lieutenant Governor. Did y'all see that she just couldn't leave?
Yeah.
She stayed. I love it.
Compliment.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all who traveled far and near. Thank you again, Holy Temple, Pastor Collins, all of you Rockfordians, all of you from Dixon, from Freeport, the band, thank you. Fantastic. Minister Alicia and Robin, thank you so much. Yes, Club, Young Eagle Soaring Inspirational Choir, thank you so very much. You all shined brightly today.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
And to all of the other young people, Miss Dorothy Page Turner and her group, and to the group, do y'all realize that these dancers traveled from Chicago?
Yes,
They could have, yeah. They could have told their team leaders, we don't want to go, it's snowing. But they came, and with great attitudes.
yes, yes.
And to Folklorico, who danced so beautifully. To every single one who played a part, know that we appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the last you'll hear from me. Thank you again, Pastor Steve, wherever you are, and Sasha and First Free. You have made this be an extraordinary event. We say thank you. Finally, again, let us receive the Move for God, Team B. God bless y'all.
What happened? The Saints. The Saints, the song you said, Saints, right? The Saints. Oh, cause I think it's just playing what you sent me. Yeah, that's what you sent us though. So y'all just try it again, do a double fast. That's what y'all sent us, so try it. Let's go. All right, work with it, honey. Y'all got to jump a little bit, do it. Yeah, that is what they said. Well, they got to sing still.
But I've been told when the Saints come marching in, we roll so deep that they can't believe we sold out seats to them CDs. Please don't sleep on the beat. Beat up these, still don't get it, what you keep up, please. We ain't no heroes to sell. If you bought one, better keep your receipts. Okay, I get it. I know what they thinking. We some kumbaya singing, corny Christians. Keep your dishes, buy a ticket to a concert, pay a visit. Think it's odd. We them Blues Brothers, 116 on a mission from God. I don't think they get it. I really think what they gotta do is see it to believe it. I wasn't planning on leaving them. Give me the microphone with no gimmicks. I really live it. So then I made a know but I don't get them. If you ever wanna get it, we'll tell them to come and get it. I want them to, I got it, and tell them we really with them. They thinking that I'm tripping because I'm living for more than just rapping. What is what happens when the Saints go marching in? When the Saints go marching in. When the Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. Marching, my homies, they be marching. Take to the second letter. Oh no, critical go-go. Them boys sold out, no promo. Said they give it 2 years, it'll go cold. But they worst got 8 like Ocho. I'ma give it 300. In the street, probably wanna see us go on. But we in it, we live it, we give it. Our God gon' do what they want on. We fragrant, the aroma is that I got say. Married to the rock and I'm faithful to take these words Beyonce. Don't it feel like we famous? Cause the world don't know what our name is, but heaven knows us, baby. The last book of life is that A-list, so I bow. I'm so rich and I ain't talking about cheddar, but I make cold Christ go and talk to the teller. Cause the checks that I get, I be cashing forever. Laugh at the same time, get the thing go, they be lacking to pay that. Like a straight man, we ain't lacking the thing, bragging to pay paid by the blood of the lamb. That is paid, that is paid.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in.
M4G, I want all of y'all to come up on the stage. Come on up, hurry up, y'all. I want to give a big hand to Pastor John, Pastor Jeff. Y'all stay out there. Pastor John, Pastor Jeff. Amy, where you at? You all, where's Amy Shin? This is Amy Shin, y'all. She's over the group. She teaches them the choreography. How about a hand for Amy? Her mother is over the group. And Lieutenant Governor, come and take a picture with these. Come and take a picture with them. Y'all, look at that. Let me have the Coraliers up on this stage. Let me have the Eagles. Everybody come take this big picture with the Lieutenant Governor right in the middle. Now, she's short. Let her be in the middle. There you go. Let me have Mayor Arellano. Let me have Gloria Cadilla up here. Let me have Abraham Lincoln up here. That's right. Come on, y'all. Come on, Gloria. Come on, Mayor. This is your picture right here, y'all. Do you know what Jack Schaefer could do with a picture like that? Look at that picture. I want Abraham Lincoln up there. Look at that unity, y'all. This is the power of unity. Come on, Robin, get up there in that picture. Come on, Minister Alicia, get around in that picture. Bishop Cole, you got to get in there. Look at that picture, y'all. And that lady in the middle is going to take this movement throughout the entire bicentennial of 2018. Do y'all think she can do it? Do you think she can do it? Oh, what a picture. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another hand for the reason that we keep going is on that stage right now. Look at that picture. Wow. Somebody ought to put that on Facebook. We put everything else on there. You ought to put something positive like this on Facebook. Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. And Eagles, you will remain on the stage for your final. Make sure you turn your program over. It talks about the Lieutenant Governor. We just love her. That woman can talk. I wish she would come hit this piano for me, but she ain't gonna do it. I might have to pay her if she hit the piano. She ain't gonna hit it. Mr. George Buss, Abraham Lincoln. Miss Gloria Cardenas Cadilla. Mayor Leandro Arellano. Rockford Park District J. Sandine, we love you. Bergstrom, Jack, Mr. Dave Rydell, Jeannie, we love you. Tripco McDonald's, Guy Bucefaro, my friend to the end, and his wonderful family. Alderman Frank Beach, a rock in our community. We love all of you. Emily Austin and Tim, why they have those beautiful shirts. We are so excited. Band, we appreciate you. Minister Alicia, you and Robin are just too crazy. Alfonso, you made this thing happen. And now we can have our last slide, Pastor Steve, with our last song of the Yes Club. We have done our thank yous, and we want all of you to know I am not going to charge you for the CD. If you put a donation in the bucket, you can take a CD on me. And we want you to know that we are looking forward to working with you for the future. And as we are dismissing and leaving, we're going to leave on our last medley. Pastor Steve, I think that there's a slide that talks about the Yes Club's last song. Here we go. Thank you so much, folks, for helping us to make a wonderful world. Might be one before that. All right, Eagles, get what you need to get. Take it out if you need to. There you go, work it out. The Young Eagles Soaring Inspirational Choir.
I know this is a scary time.
I know this is a scary time.
So much violence and crime.
There's so much violence and crime.
So many problems we can see.
So many problems.
Oh yeah. Troubles in our community. Oh yeah. We have to fight from wrong to right.
We have to fight both day and night.
We have to fight both day and night.
We fight to change our dark to light.
We know that if together we begin, we know that together we will win. We know the power of unity.
We know the power of unity
Is a solution we can see.
is a solution we can see.
Working together is worthwhile. Yeah. To save the life of every child. Yeah.
Everybody. We have to fight from wrong to right.
We have to fight both day and night.
We have to fight both day and night.
Change our dark to light.
We fight to change our dark to light. We know together we begin. Together we begin. We know together we will win. Together we will win. We know together we begin. Together we begin. We know that together we will win. Together we will win. We know that together we begin. Together we begin. We know that together we will win. Together we will win. We know that together we begin. Together we begin. We know that together we will win. Together we will win.
The Yes Club is helping to make a better world. Thank you, Bergstrom. Thank you, McDonald's. Thank you, Park District, for all of our supporters to help us to move forward in 2018, which is now the Illinois Bicentennial. Yes Club, you are wonderful. We love you so much. Go on out and greet the people, Yes Club. Band, we appreciate you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of our 12th annual Dr. King Day celebration as we let it shine. Because we know, if together we begin, we know, hey buddy, we know, together we will win. Miss Dorothy Page, we're gonna win, we're gonna win. We know, Miss Betty Pumphrey, together we begin. We know that together. Jack, we want you to know that if together we, Jack and Jeannie, we want to thank you. We appreciate Dave and all that you do to help us. Yeah. Mr. Terry Carl with that wonderful flag and that wonderful peace symbol. Thank you, Terry. Hey. Band, we're gonna do it one more time. We know if together we begin. First Free Rockford, we love you. That together we will win. One more time, y'all. We know that if together, we know that if together, that together we will win. Yeah. That's how you do it, y'all. You hear? How about a hand for Randy? Randy worked that thing out, didn't he? Pastor Steve worked this thing out. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate all of you. Alfonso, you are wonderful.